My name is T. Nelson Williams, and I'm here as the COO of Connex Group JV Limited and Connex Petroleum Group of Companies. Would like to take this opportunity to welcome you here. Let me start first by introducing the management team, and then I will turn it over to the Executive Director of the President Young Professional Program, and he will introduce his team and the fellows, and then we'll proceed with the program. On my left is Mr. Sharif Abdallah, who is the CEO and Chairman of Connex. On my right is Mr. Mohammed Sow, who is one of the partners of Connex. And on my far right, in the blue, is Mr. Hamidou Gang, who is the CFO and also a partner of Connex. And then our faithful head of human resources, Mrs. Doris Brown. And so, again, welcome, and I'll turn it over to Ishu.
Okay, permit me to stand as Mr. Williams stood. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is H. Zeze, and I am the Executive Director of the President's Young Professionals Program, and we're excited today to achieve a historical milestone in the journey of PYPP, and celebrating, because I want to refer to it as a celebration today, celebrating this historical milestone here is the former program manager of the President's Young Professionals Program. He actually grabbed what we have today as a concept and turned it into a program that we can boast of the impact today. Mr. Sir Charles Ento. We couldn't have been here today also without the support from USAID, who have begun supporting us for couple of years now and strengthening us to do what we do. And today we have our agreement officer representative here, Maria Yuma. Great. And just quickly in the agenda, while I do the introduction, you will see that USAID is supposed to make remarks. Unfortunately, she will not be making remarks due to some bureaucratic change. We also, they will be presenting to you more formally, but I'd like to introduce three of our young professionals from our 9th cohort who were selected to form a cohort of 23 young college graduates from the pool of more than 160 applicants that we took through a series of vetting processes, and they emerged as the finalists. To be placed here Mr. Stanley Michael Opong, who holds a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry. Mr. Stanley Sharif in the middle, who holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology. It wasn't intentional to put the Stanleys at Connex, so let me really quick to note that. And we also have Bill Clark Wilson, who has a Bachelor of Science degree in geology. So, and I want to also recognize our media partners who are here. Eileen Domer is from Page Africa. Smite is from LNTV, LBS, and also this Binder right here is from USAID Communications team. Thank you.
Okay, according to our agenda, you are next to do an overview of PYPP.
Okay.
Or was that a condensed version?
The welcome remarks was what you already did, and I can slip into the presentation, and I will continue to stand to do that. I want to say thanks in a special way to Connex Group for collaborating with PYPP and enabling us to turn a new page in our drive to build the next generation of professional Liberian leaders. through mentorship and training fellowship. The President's Young Professionals Program is a solution-driven organization that was established in 2009 as a long-term solution to addressing critical capacity deficits within the public sector. And this drive came as to scout and prepare capacity from within rather than seeking capacity from without at the time as it was practiced. The current 23 will bring the number up to 163 young professionals in more than 25 government ministries and agencies. And these young professionals do come from diverse backgrounds, and have been working with the government of Liberia, driving institutional strengthening, driving effective service delivery, and supporting the government to achieve its development agenda. If you select the right kind of young people and provide them the relevant support structure they need, they too can make impact, and they are the long-term solution to driving Liberia's economic growth. And I just want to say here quickly that I was one of them, because I was with the inaugural class recruited in 2009, and I currently head the organization today. The young professionals we've placed in the government have all found, a lot of them, a good percentage, found career path in public service, as before PYPP were not seen as an option for most talented and qualified Liberian college graduates coming from college. A classic example would be me, because I didn't intend to work for the government, but I was looking for the professional development opportunity, and that led me to join the PYPP and work with the Ministry of Gender and Development for 2 years, after which I joined the management team at PYPP, and I'm still here. We boasted before 2018 of a retention rate of 90%. Today, PYPP has a retention rate of 74% of young professionals placed in the various government ministries and agencies. One may be interested to say, how do you boast of a 74% retention rate? About 80% of the 26% who have resigned from the public sector are working in the private sector in Liberia. So it was just crossing the road from public sector to private sector in Liberia. Some of these young professionals work with Cemenco, some of them work with GIZ, and some of them work with other private sector institutions. They brought us to the position to think through as to why not expand our placement opportunities beyond the public sector to the private sector, based on the proven record that the caliber of young people we recruit and place are also needed by the private sector in Liberia. So for the first time, many thanks to USAID, who listened to what we wanted to do and say, yes, let's do it. We provide you the support. For the first time in the history of PYPP, we will be placing young professionals from this cohort into the private sector. And the reason why today I say we are celebrating here is because Connex Liberia is the inaugural placement of our fellows within the private sector. We hope to partner with Connex. We hope to work with you in strengthening, in growing, in preparing this young professional. But we also want to work with you in showcasing to the rest of private sector in Liberia that we are a medium of recruiting young, willing, committed, and talented Liberians. Now, the young people we'll be placing to you are not the superstars who will come in and be able to do everything right away, but there are people who we want to work along with you to turn into superstars. They are teachable, they are self-starters, they are committed to self-development, and they are willing to learn. And based on those attributes, we'd like to say to you, Mr. Sharif Abdallah, CEO of Connex, Mr. William and the rest of the Connex staff here, I'd like to present to you Mr. Stanley Michael Opong, Bachelor of Science degree in Chemistry from the University of Mr. Stanley Sharif, Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology, and Neil Clark Wilson, Bachelor of Science degree in Geology. This year at Connex Liberia for a 2-year fellowship of mentoring and growing. And we at PYPP look forward to long-term partnership and collaboration with Connex, so not only these three, but to give more young Liberians opportunities to be grown into the professionals we need for tomorrow. Thank you.
Now, when you introduced the first Stanley, you mentioned the university he went to. What about the other two? Where did they go to school?
Sorry, slip my mind. So, Mr. Stanley Sharif also is a graduate of the University of Liberia, and Mr. Clark Wilson is a graduate of the University of Liberia.
All three. Okay. All right, thank you very much. We'll now turn the floor over to Honorable Sarah.
Honorable Abdullah and your Connex family. I'm supported from USAID, friends from the media. I don't know how to even package this. I'm just excited because it's a conversation that's been going on for a long time. I remember sitting with the former president when we had the initial discussions about this. She asked one question one time, because there was a program here that used to be called the Scott Fellows program. Scott Fellows used to bring all these young professionals from across the world. I mean, and it was no limitation now. It never looked at any nationality. Anybody could come, including Liberia. In fact, that's what brought Dr. Rotel Pillay to Liberia. So this program came as an offshoot of that program, because the president asked one question: this Saya, are they thinking of graduating our young people from this university? We ain't got someone in yet. We'll bring all these. Your aunt said what you didn't come, but I mean, we don't have some of them here. The big excuse that time, because it was just after she took over her first term. It was like the big excuse was that we just finished war, and we're not ready yet, and everybody know. She wouldn't have that. She said, "Look, bring me something." And so we got challenged with the support of Betsy Williams, JSI, and everyone. We came together, and we said, "But you know what? It's possible. I mean, if we challenge them, it's possible." So we put this set of very stringent, screening and recruitment procedure in place, and we're able to find some of the best young people. For the number of years that I ran the program, I'm happy to tell you that at least during my time, we had some of them going as far as becoming assistant ministers. The secret to this, and this is where I hope, in fact I know that it will happen here. The young people you're getting, these are young people who come to you like a sponge, falling in this whole, a well of knowledge. So they come to absorb as much as they can, so that they can deliver. If you mentor them, you train them, the next thing to do is to challenge them. Don't be afraid to challenge them. Because I mean, there was a time when we had some PYP placed, in certain positions, I mean, the guys had stayed there for a long time, and they were only being kept at a certain level. The bosses were always afraid to, give them one move. But then once that challenge was given, and those young people just went, and they even went beyond expectations in terms of their performance. One of them is sitting here. One of them is sitting right here. From the PYP class that we started, I'm happy to report to you that we have now at least 2 PhDs out of it. That's how much drive, that's how much, eager, that's how eager they are. I am so happy that, Connex has decided that, you will be, the ones to champion this. I mean, being the ones to really trust them, to be a part of this entity. I can tell you with a high degree of confidence that you will get more than what you really hope to even get from them. You know, these are young people who will perform for you. They will, you know, and I'm happy that it's happening right here in Liberia. Sir, I thank you for your interest in young people and your belief in their ability to deliver. And I'm sure that in this experience, you will not be made ashamed. I want to use this opportunity to extend on behalf of the board, the board of directors, our thanks to you and also to our USAID family for supporting us, for bringing us to this point. I mean, the design of this was to create a pathway for young people to find a life in public service. We tried that for a good number of years. And that's why I'm happy that, we're here for this celebration today, that we can try this new, venture, where we go into the private sector so that we can find a new corridor of opportunities, that will help young people grow and shine across Liberia and the world. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
At this time, I would like to call on my boss, Mr. Sharif Abdallah, to make some remarks.
Having to produce such graduates, the only question I want to ask, when you all decided to bring 2 Stanleys, did you decide to add one with the name of Sharif just to neutralize it? Anyway, we really appreciate the opportunity to tap into the brains of young Liberians. Okay? A few years ago, I was sitting with one of my partners, Mohammed So, and he made a statement to me. He said, Sharif, we need to find able young people to come and work here. He said, because when the people enter our office and they see everybody wearing glasses, old people wearing glasses, and they say this company is old, these people don't mean business, they're ready to die. 3-4 months ago, sitting with the CEO, T. Nelson Williams, and we're discussing the same thing. I said to him, T, honestly speaking, I have this urge to recruit young people who are smart, and also for me, smart is a key word, but then who have some kind of moral character, okay, so that we can groom and make them part of Connex. I want us to be able to say 20, 30 years from today that Connex was able to produce, okay, or assisted in producing able young Liberians who end up becoming successful as a result of them being with us. Because we don't want you to come and join us, and then 25 years from now, you're not proud about the fact that you and Connex made something out of yourselves. To the Pypp and to USAID, I would like to really extend my sincere appreciation for for giving us the honor to be the first recipient within the private sector of direct graduates from your program. Okay, it's really an honor. We appreciate it, because what you all have done is you've gone through the process of picking the right minds, the right brains, okay, and hand delivering them to us. So we don't have to, make those mistakes. All I can say is that I'm sincerely appreciative of the the opportunity to be the first private sector recipient. To the 3 graduates, I say welcome. If you committed in life, and you have to pay a price in life, okay? You have to pay a price in life. If somebody gave you something easy to do, all right, you will not be able to function. You have to pay you have to pay the price in life. I was reading something and listening to something on my way to work. I listened to audiobooks, and I heard this guy saying that the way to success is not taking an elevator. It is actually walking up the steps. So if you think that you can become successful just by getting into the elevator and pressing a button, and it doesn't work that way. Okay? We're an entrepreneurial company, and we're not government, but I strongly believe from the bottom of my heart that the private sector is the way. Government should be regulators, stay out of business, let the private sector, okay, turn the wheels of the economy, okay? Government regulate and they get their taxes, they pay government salary, provide public services, electricity, water, this thing and that thing, but you all can say, because I'm working in the private sector, you look at a government official and say, I pay your salary. I pay your salary because I have created businesses to create revenues for government. So you all, okay, will be the backbone. And I welcome you all. Please, just for the heck of it, I would like for each one of you to just give me a synopsis of who you are, what you believe in, and how you were able to become a graduate of the PYPP program. Let's start with the Stanley, who isn't a sheriff.
I'm Stanley McElroy again. I did chemistry at the UL, and my philosophy is you go hard or you go home. That is exert your energy in whatever you want to do, and don't wait for the ship to come in. Go towards the ship. And as well, I was able to become part of this class because I persevere, firstly. And I never get my belief at the back of my wallet, but it was always with me. I wore confidence at all times with humility. So that was how I was able to emerge as one of the key athletes. Yeah, I think that's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Stanley Sherry. I graduated at University of Liberia. I did sociology major and program administration minor. Well, my journey to PYP has been challenging. I find that the recruitment process has been so rigorous one. But as my executive director rightly stated, out of 160, we emerged as PYPP. So I'm grateful and I'm humbled to be with Connects Liberia. Thank you.
So I started being here. I hold a Bachelor of Science degree in geology from the University of Liberia. And my major philosophy that I've been driving in is something that I borrowed from my secondary school teacher, my favorite teacher. And he will always say to us as students that the hard way is always the best way. So when you go through the very hard way and you remain committed, you maintain that excellence and you are able to be successful tomorrow, you can be proud of your achievement. So I'm so happy being part of the PYPP rigorous vetting I'm happy that I've made it here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Leo.
Thank you. Well, let me just say that just looking at the three of you today, you look successful, and that's the first step to success. When you wake up in the morning, how you feel, how you look, and then how you perform when you get to the office. And what I would say to you, do not feel bad about being different. If you're the only one with a shirt and a coat or a shirt and a tie, that means you are dressing for success. When you stay late and everybody say, my man, why you staying at the office late? We're going home. They will tell you, what do you want to prove? Huh? You're not trying to prove anything, you're trying to better yourself. So there's nothing wrong with being different. And to succeed in life, you have to be different. I'll tell you a story. I was MD at LPRC, and I remember leaving my office 9 at night. And I thought I had did something good working late, but when I was passing by the mansion, the president was still working. I heard she didn't leave until 11 p.m. that night. And then that dawned on me is that this woman was successful in winning the presidency as a woman, the first woman, because she was different. She worked hard. She did not sleep. When everybody else was sleeping, she was up and she was working. So I want to encourage you as you come to Connex. There are certain things that are scheduled, and there are certain things you will just be called on to do. And we'll be watching you. Our HR director is here. We have a performance management system that will also what? Evaluate your performance. Did this person exceed the goal? Did they meet the goal? Or do they need improvement? I'm not even looking at you for needing improvement. We're looking at exceeding or at least meeting. But with you guys coming in, we expect you to be the overachievers. We have a lot of high expectations from the CEO to me to the partners. We have a lot of high expectations for you. So I want to welcome you. I know the CEO already asked you to make some brief remarks, but Stanley Michael Opon officially is supposed to give the vote of thanks. So at this time I will ask Mr. Opon to give the vote of thanks.
Yeah, before he comes in, Mr. Williams, I just wanted to make this clear before we go on. I didn't say it, but Mr. T. Nelson Williams here with Connex Group is a member of our board. So I hope he had a full disclosure to Connex, but he's been very supportive as a member of the board. And just building on what he just said to the PYPs is something we always say, but I just want to say this to Connex that we have a saying at PYPs that when we place our fellows, we ask the entities to baptize them with fire. Baptism with fire for us is keeping them awake and very busy, because we think that's where you get to learn a lot of new things by doing and by trying over and over. And if you would not get that opportunity if you were not busy, so we will not hold it as a complaint from them if they come and say that you're baptizing them with fire. Thank you.
So I can say how much prouder we are as young professionals, because to us in this very room, you are inspiring the hope for Liberia's future, because you are giving us the platform to showcase our potential for growth and impact, which is why in no value less than gratitude and appreciation to the President's Young Professional Program, to the USAID here, to Connex Group of Companies and the media here present. Our colossal effort to secure a sustainable economic growth in Liberia, which is a brainchild of human capital investment, is a boon for this nation development. And I want to urge us all to keep securing that journey to ensure a brighter future for Liberia. Thank you for working tirelessly to ensure that it's possible. To Connex Group of Companies, I want to borrow our sponge. Please see us not as experts, but as hungry, talented, and solution-driven young people who have refused to become subsets of inadequacy and complacency, but also who are willing to ferry Connect through its objective and operational targets. We would very much appreciate that you challenge us and make us, and we look forward to this journey being an experiential and impactful one. To my colleagues, I want to say, let us know and believe that together we all achieve more. And the change we want is not defined by our assumptions, it is defined by our actions. So we should always, at every time and any time, give our best, and we should never take things personally. I want to say thank you all for inspiring us. Let us make history together. And I know history comprises past and the present, but I urge us all to choose the present and let us create the change we want. Thank you for today. I appreciate it.